Hi, and welcome to Financial Chitchat. My name's Jerry Hill, and I will be your host. Part of the questions that I get are from young people, and this is a young person question. And the reason they have questions is because so much of the financial world, so much of being an adult, is something that isn't taught in school. And I'm not talking about people who just graduate from high school, but also people who graduate from college. Our institutions aren't doing a good job at educating people financially. And so this particular person asked the question, what is a credit score and how does it work? And they said oftentimes it's referred to as FICO. What is your FICO score? And so I wanted to go over that with you. First of all, the term FICO is an acronym, and it comes from a company called Fair Isaac Corporation. And the Fair Isaac Corporation came up with a matrix to determine a person's credit worthiness. And what they factored in there is, hey, what is their payment history on debt that they already have? Do they have a history of paying that debt? Do they have a history of not paying that debt? And then the next thing they factored in was, what are the amounts that person owes in regards to their cumulative debt? That would include things like a mortgage or multiple credit cards or a car loan or a personal loan. And so that's factored into your FICO score as well, along with what is the length of the credit that person has. In other words, a mortgage might be 30 years, whereas a car loan may be 5 years or 3 years on a lease or something to that effect. And then there are credit cards, and what is the length of that, and how long have you been paying those credit card bills? And then they'll ask another question that goes into the FICO matrix is, how long have you had credit? Is this new credit? Have you been living a longer life? Or are you 60 years old and you've always had credit? Or are you 20 years old and you're just trying to get your first credit card? And then they ask the question, what is the mix of all of your credit? And so with that, you get this matrix that's called a FICO score. And your FICO score is important if you're going to get any kind of a loan, whether it be a home loan, a car loan, a credit card, which essentially is a loan because they're giving you credit and you can use it, and they're guaranteeing that you can use it up to a certain amount. And so that's what goes into a FICO score. If you're making payments, you're improving your FICO score. If you default on a credit card and you declare bankruptcy, that has a lot of negative points in your FICO score. So you'll have a very low FICO score. If you're going to, say, lease a car, then they have the maker of the car. Let's say you're going to get a Ford F-150 truck. They're going to ask you, and you're going to finance it, they're going to ask you, hey, what's your FICO score? Because if you have a really good FICO score, if you're somebody who's paid their credit for long periods of time and you haven't missed a payment and you've been at it for a long time, then you're going to get a lower interest rate on that money you take out to buy the truck. If you're somebody who's young and you've never had credit, your interest rate is going to be much higher because to a credit institution, which is a bank who's lending you the money to buy the Ford F-150, you're at greater risk of not paying that loan off. So your FICO score is not only lower, but the bank's taking on more risk in their mind. And so at the end of the day, definitely be concerned about your FICO score and understand that our world works through loans, mortgages for a house, on a car, on credit cards, etc. So you want to keep that FICO score as high as possible so you can also get the lowest rate on your credit. So I hope you found that helpful, and I just want to thank you again for watching Financial Chit Chat, and would appreciate it if you liked the video, that you would like it, you would subscribe to my channel, and that would be awesome. Thanks a lot.